Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you've been watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, Athens Property Boom. If you look up at my title right here, you will see that is the great god of Zeus. And pay respect to him. Athens Property Boom, Greeks left out as prices rise. Again, now property bubble boiling over in other countries where it is affordability. Remember, many countries have golden visas where basically people could buy immigration into another country. And then with Airbnb and all this other stuff that's happening in Greece right now, it's taking a toll on the locals. Oh yeah. And it's crippling. It's crippling locals, and it's making it hard to do your day-to-days, to live a normal life and lay roots for family. And the 63-year-old has been trying to buy an apartment ever since he was evicted from the home she rented for 32 years when it was bought by Chinese investors 2 years ago. So Chinese investors swooping in again to Greece. They've been going into Northern Ireland and stuff and other countries that haven't been hit yet by the property bubble inflation. I want some security in case the same thing happens again, says Miss Hines, originally from Ireland. She earns a modest salary as an English teacher while her Greek husband's monthly pension was cut from 1,500 euros to 1,315 euros to 500 during the country's economic crisis, which began in 2010. Holy smokes. When we were evicted, there were still apartments selling nearby for 100,000 euros. Now I can't find anything under 250,000 euros. These are Chinese prices, not Greek. Greece's financial crisis a decade ago shrank the country's economy by more than 25% in the following years, but there are finally signs of improvement. The property market, once completely dead, is on the rise. House prices in Athens rose 3.7% last year, but the news is causing unease. See Airbnb? Look at that. Wow. The boom appears to be driven by a controversial golden visa scheme in which non-EU citizens receive residency and free movement in the EU's zone in exchange for investing in property. Oh, that's horrible. That's selling out your countrymen. The worry is that foreign investors are benefiting while ordinary Greeks are missing out. That's what's been happening in Australia, the UK, Canada, United States. So if you're just joining my channel, welcome. Many EU countries, including UK, Portugal, Spain, have golden visa schemes, but Greece has the lowest threshold. Investors receive a 5-year residency after purchasing a $250,000 of property, making the country a new hotspot for foreign buyers. According to the Enterprise Greece, a business promotion body, 9,756 residence permits for investors and their families were issued in 2018, up the end of November from 6,205 in 2017 and 3,695 in 2016. The biggest market was Chinese buyers, followed by Russian Turks, with hundreds arriving from Athens airport every week to be driven around to the real estate agents. There are a lot of companies buying properties from Greeks and reselling to the Chinese, says Lefteria Permarentios, president of Athens Real Estate Association, who estimates at least 1/3 of property sales in the city go now to golden visa investors. It affects local people trying to rent properties who see the prices going up. A lot of properties are going from Greek hands to foreign hands. We can't control this. How this is linked to Airbnb. So this caused rents to raise by 17% last year, according to Greek rental site Sibigatos. Residents who have benefited from tourist cash, despite Greece's general economic malaise, are now starting to feel the negative effects. Every year, I've had an increase in visitors, which is good, says Spiros Bellis, who owns his cafe in a neighborhood named Airbnb's one of the top growth areas globally 2016. But now I think it's gone too far. Rents have doubled to 600 euros. Sometimes they're as much as 1,000 euros. I do not think this reflects the Greek reality. Half of my staff have to move away. Same thing. So it's happening in Greece. I left Vancouver. People are leaving Sydney. People are leaving London proper. People are leaving California. 6 million people left California in the last 6 years. His friend, George Lafay, says his landlord recently increased the rent on his studio apartment from 220 euros to 400 a month. If you work at a bar or restaurant here, your salary is only 600 to 700 euros. Who is benefiting? Some Athens residents, such as Iro, I can't remember pronounce the last name, have worked the situation to their advantage. The 31-year-old and her boyfriend have bought a renovated 3 apartments Airbnb, once sold to a Chinese investor for 85,000 euros, 8 times what they paid for 2 years ago. So there's people profiting off it, but there's people coming into getting of age to buy in the markets, right? It's not just Greeks who are concerned about the volume of golden visas being issued. The EU Commission has warned the scheme may facilitate organized crime and money laundering. Oh, don't be silly! Oh, that's not going to happen. The Greek government hasn't introduced tighter controls yet. Still plans to expand the scheme into include bonds and shares. On the street of Athens, many are calling for tighter regulation. There is too much freedom right now, says Mr. Bellis. We need someone to bring rules, otherwise everything is going to change. Oh, it's going to change quick in a heartbeat. Right now, Vancouver is unrecognizable. It's turned into an empty shell, and it's gotten pretty bad. Paris got like that too. Paris became an empty shell, so they had to triple the vacant home tax or quadruple the vacant home tax. So if you're in Athens, Greece, add me on Skype, Mike Martins 1980. I'd like to know what's going on your neck of the woods, please. Unfortunately, I don't speak Greek, but I'd like to talk to somebody from there. Give us a little bit of insight. We could do trends in the housing market on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Western Seaboard time. Guys, don't forget to hit me up in the tip jar. I am not funded by any organization or anything. I'm not on any mainstream media at all. A lot of people that do talk about housing are on mainstream media, so they got to keep it at a certain level, right? So let me know what you guys think. Comment below. I'd like to know.